faith every time I see her now. No time for the old man, I ain't holding the hand of the young man neither. I'm headed down to the land of the wicked, gonna kick it with the freaks and the non-believers.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Makowski's Minute. I'm Joe Makowski. I hope you're enjoying your Monday night. And tonight we are talking about the Buddy Rich Big Band. Keep the customer satisfied, man. Another kind of random find of mine, but it also has turned into one of my favorite records, man. You know, as a drummer, Buddy Rich is just huge. He's, considered one of the greatest drummers of all time, if not it's Buddy. But jazz is a hard thing. Oh, let's get into it, though. This was recorded between March 30th and April 1st in 1970. It was released later that year. It was recorded live at the Tropicana in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I want to just read you guys just a little bit that's on the back of this album. They have a little description here. The first sentence on the back of the album says, "It is 3 o'clock in the morning and Las Vegas is alive." Like, man, 1970, you're rolling around Vegas at 3 in the morning and all of a sudden, oh man, we got tickets to the Buddy Rich Big Band at the Tropicana. Like, way back in the day, no phones, no computers, ain't no one trying to get a hold of you or find you. You're at Vegas at 3 in the morning, baby. Like, God. Just every time I picture that, I just think it's so cool, man. But this is a live album that was cut there, and it's a great, great album. So let's just talk about Buddy for a minute. Buddy, or Bernard Rich, was born 1917 and started playing drums at the age of 2 in his parents' vaudeville act. He grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and by age 4, he got the name Traps, the Drum Wonder, which there is a book, there's a couple books out, but there's one book by Mel Torme, if you guys know who that is, that's called Traps, the Drum Wonder, and it's the life of Buddy Rich. It's a really cool biography. I've checked it out once or twice, but I'm looking to purchase it. If you guys want to check that out, and also throw a link in the comments later on. But by the time he was 4 years old, I read he was one of the highest paid child performers in the world. So 1921, 1922, vaudeville, Brooklyn, you got 4-year-old Traps, the Drum Wonder, playing on stage, and he's just one of the highest paid kid actors or kid performers in the world, man. I just thought that was crazy. Since then, he's had his whole life in music. Obviously, since he was 2 years old, playing with his parents, doing whatever, he could, to make some money pretty much, and then skyrocketing to success. But he's worked with everyone. Frank Sinatra, Artie Shaw, Gene Krupa, and actually, growing up in Brooklyn at that time is a really, really cool story that I found out about Mel Brooks. So I guess Buddy Rich's little brother played in like the school band or something. He was like 13 or 14 at the time. Brought home one of his friends that played drums to hang out while Buddy was home on tour from touring with Artie Shaw. So his little brother's buddy walks in. He sees this Gretsch drum set sitting in the living room and sees the initials on it, ASBR. This is Artie Shaw, Buddy Rich. He's like, "Your brother's Buddy Rich?" Turns out that kid took lessons for a few months from Buddy while he was home on tour. Turns out that kid was 14-year-old Mel Brooks that grew up in the same neighborhood. If you guys know Spaceballs or History of the World, or if you know Mel Brooks, you know what I'm talking about. I just thought that was a really, really cool story. I have that story too, or the news article that it's from, and I'll share that in the comments so you guys can check that out. But Mel Brooks, man, like, what? This is so crazy. Oh, my favorite song on here is The Juicer is Wild, man. And I just love that song because it's got everything that you want in a jazz tune. It's got that beat like you're just kind of walking through the park, and then it's got those horn hits that just makes you get up and want to dance, man. I love it. Unfortunately, Buddy Rich passed away April 2nd, 1987 at the age of 69, but the man will always go down in history as one of the greatest drummer, or one of the greatest musicians of all time. I mean, the man was crazy. So if you like jazz, you like dancing, you want to get a little taste of Vegas in 1970 at 3 o'clock in the morning. Check out Buddy Rich Big Band. Keep the customer satisfied. And we'll see you guys next week when we're talking about a little Cat Stevens. This is Makowski's Minute, and thank you guys for joining me. I'll catch you later.